Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Uruk. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Dominion's 5 Warriors of the Faith. And there is a lot of exciting stuff going on in this hot summer, late summer, in the year 2 of the Ascension Wars. We've researched 2 levels of evocation, so now we're ready to do astral site searching. Patron cast Haruspex, still didn't find anything. Gillian cast Auspex, did find something, a Sky Split Oak in Summer Bay. Fantastic, that'll be some more air gems. And Fulgrim found an enchanted well in Zaburia, so that's some water gems. Alright, Agartha again versus Yis in the Desert of Visions. Oh, they're coming to party this time. We got some war elephants, we have ancients, we have regular Pale Ones soldiers. They're actually pretty decent. Backed up by some deer tribe. They're led by Sizbert, the Golem Crafter, one of their really good mages. He can cast far, probably because of an item. Yeah, the Staff of Flame Focus. They've got some of their human heavy infantry, backing them up with more ancients here. Although those stone hurlers, which aren't quite as good as these guys, the just plain old ancient ones, they do have some giant worms, or I guess cave grubs. I didn't get to get these guys in my multiplayer campaign because I wasn't technically in a cave, and they can only be summoned in caves. There's also Adolf, the Golem Crafter. He's very concerned about the genetic purity of the Agarthans. Oh god, that was terrible. Alright, Tolka, who's a priest, and they've got a couple human statues, but none of their sacred statues. A couple ogres, just for flavor, and some archers. I think this, yeah, let's see. Let's see how they handle the Morvark Knights. Otherwise, they just this can't be province defense. Can they have Morvark Knights in province defense? They just completely trash that heavy cavalry. They are taking some hits from these boulders. It was told to me in the comments that Glamour does not have any effect against ranged attacks, although sometimes it feels like it does. Maybe it's just their good defense, which is protecting them. I don't know, but they're getting boulders thrown at them every which way, and they're running. The Morvark Knights they didn't sign up for boulders. Oh, and the elephants are just trampling everything over here. Alright, well, I'm so glad this army is down here. Or up here, I should say, in the north of where we are. South of our empire, but north of our army. That's, yeah, kind of a small world. But I'm glad they're far away from us, is what I'm trying to say. So they lost an Ancient Stone Hurler, a bunch of their crap troops. They did lose their heavy cav. They did lose a Pale One, and they lost a War Elephant. But otherwise, they were just nuts. The champion got away. Well, at least I think she got away. They lost 2 of their 4 knights and all of their spearmen. So they didn't... Yis didn't lose a lot, but they still lost the battle. Alright, this is our second attack on Agartha at Sleepy Wolds. I'm expecting that we're going to win this one. And we did, although cool, our N2 got a kill. Excellent. Alright, so now we get to see a fun battle between Bandar-log and Tianchi in Jabal Kish. Alright, so we got more elephants, only these are monkey elephants. Actually, I didn't check to see if the other ones were monkey elephants, they could have been. Then we have just some regular Venara, who are just basically human-sized monkeys that like swords and shields. They're pretty decent, but then the Bandar are the big ones. They're actually Enkidu-sized, so they're bigger than human. And they're pretty strong. Some Tiger Riders. These are the crappiest of the monkeys, of the Marcadas. They're actually half the size of a human. And they've got bows, but they're undisciplined, and it's a short bow, so pretty worthless. But then back here they have some Bandar archers and light Bandar archers. I think, like us, this probably doesn't make a difference in terms of how effective they are. 10 precision, 45 range, 14 pierce. 10 precision, 45 range, 14 pierce. So yeah, the only difference between light and heavy is when they get into melee. They've got a Yogi. I don't know why he's in the front line. He's an astral mage. Yeah, that's why he's diseased. He's probably ready to go and meet his reincarnation. And Tianchi. Okay, so we have a eunuch. Now, what's cool about eunuchs is they tax collect. So he can collect tax from a province even if it doesn't connect to a fort. The only way you can connect taxes normally is if they connect to a fort somehow. And he also raises province defense by 2 every turn he's in a province, which is actually great because that saves you a lot of money. And he has a good patrol bonus. Otherwise, we just have some random Imperial Tianchi archers, but also Jaguar tribe, who some auxiliaries. They do have some Vine men, which are not as good as Vine Ogres, in my opinion. There's a second Eunuch. They do have some Red Guard, who, like the Moravok Knights, are just disastrous. They're so awesome, especially when they have a good Bless. They don't have Glamour, though. And some regular Tianchi Heavy Footmen. Some with shields, some without. Alright. The Red Guard's going to tear through those wolves. But the elephants are going to get behind the line. The Red Guard's getting behind the line of Bandar-log. He's going after the... Yep, got the Yogi. But it seems like, yeah, TNC just wasn't built to last here. The Red Guard are doing great, but when the whole rest of the army's collapsing, there's not much they could do on their own. They aren't going to take out a Tiger Rider, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. Yeah, they lost. Alright, so they lost their Vannar Captain and their Yogi. He might reincarnate as something. They lost 3 Bandar Warriors, 7 Markata Archers, 2 Tiger Riders, and 11 Wolves, but all their elephants made it out okay, and they were the big winners in terms of offense. TNC lost everything, pretty much. 1 footman escaped to tell the tale. Marius? A wizard has appeared. He claims to be returning to his fellows at the Academy of High Magics. Unfortunately, he seems to have suffered some kind of mind-addling magic, and he cannot remember exactly where it's located. Probably in this or adjoining provinces. Alright, so somewhere around Marius is the Academy of High Magic. Good to know. So Swaneth is joining us. In High Mill, a priest of Ursula, the unsleeping goddess, has been blessing the crops throughout the province. People are happy, faith has increased, and much wealth has been donated by merry farmers. Well, I'm glad we can make a difference to the lives of these people in High Mill. Alright, let's take a look here. So, oh, wow. Wow. Not only is he an adept researcher, but he has 2 fire, which means we are now in business for fire magic. He could theoretically site search, but I'd rather have him remote site search, so I want to get him to Uruk as fast as possible. Yeah, there's Swaneth. And also, we need to start searching this place, so instead of doing the monthly, we're going to actually specifically cast Haruspex on Marius. We're going to specifically cast Arcane Probing on Marius. Voice of Apsu on Marius. And Auspex on Marius. Out of range. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh, good. We got our first Mashu Mashu, and he has 4 astrals. That's probably that's like the most astral they can get without that 10% shot in the dark. So that's actually pretty good. He also has nature, which means he can forge Moonvine bracelets. I think he needs some more nature for that. But we have to continue to recruit them, though, because we need one that has astral and earth, so they can do crystal magic. In fact, let's do that right now real quick. Okay. But who's he going to be? Who's going to be our first Mashu? Lorenzo. Alright, Lorenzo. So what we need you to do is we need you to pick up that hammer. And you are going to forge... There's so many good things you could forge. But right now, it seems to be the most necessary... Oh, we don't have it. It must be a higher level magic item. But it's a crystal ball that allows any mage who's holding it to cast their ritual spells 1 province further, which will help with our site searching. This thing right here will do the same thing, but only for astral magic. And it's kind of silly because anybody who can benefit from this, like any astral mage who can benefit from this 1 province spell range, also probably already has Starfires. So there's no point in having Starfire as well. Like, this is if you give it to like a commander who doesn't have magic. But if they don't have magic, then this astral spell range is worthless to them. So that's kind of odd. But since we can't get the crystal ball, we have a lot of good stuff we could do here. So first off, this guy will cost only 7 pearls, and this will allow our commanders, first of all, magic command, which is important because a lot of our commanders can't command much in the way of magical units. And our commanders that can command a lot of magical units don't have a lot of leadership in general. So this gives like a good leader inspirational +1, an additional 50 command of regular units, and a magic command of 25. You just have to be careful because when you lead huge armies, there's a chance they could starve. So you need to have nature stuff to protect them. So that's an option. Robe of Shadows is a good option. It gives all of our mages ethereal. It's kind of a waste, I think, on a scout, but if we wanted to give it to a scout, they'll get a stealth boost of 20. Although I think Ranger's Cloak gives them a stealth boost of 30, so it's probably better. But yeah, so essentially this is just for our... It doesn't provide any protection at all, so we'd have to give it to somebody like, for example, a Shaman, who could cast Iron Skin on themselves to give them protection, and then this will give them Ethereal. So that's a good idea. Also, the Shroud of the Battle Saint will cause anybody wearing it who is not already sacred to be sacred, and so they'll have the Bless effects. So since Ursula's Bless effect is regeneration, it would make sense to give this to a high hit point unit. As far as boots, nothing with Astral. All right, so we can give this if we want to. I mean, if it's only going to cost 2 pearls, and it gives whoever good luck, so we don't have to cast the spell. Again, if we just have a ton of guys with nothing to do, this is a good idea. Otherwise, if I have more important things, I'm not going to do it. This is great in multiplayer, but not so great in single player. It just makes you magic resistant. But this is actually pretty good, because any of our assassins who are going to use magic, this gives them a penetration bonus, which means they're more able to negate the magic negation of the person they're attacking. Because everybody has a magic negation score, and that's how you can see they resist magical attacks. Well, this makes it harder to resist. It does give them also something called Fool's Luck, which I think gives them good luck, but then once they use the good luck, it becomes bad luck. So I don't know about that. It kind of sucks. The Eye of the Void will also improve penetration, but at the cost of lowering the user's magic resistance, and of course it makes them chop out their own eye, because it replaces their eye, and also it gives them a chance of a horror marking. So we're not going to do too much of that. This is pretty good. It's a nature item, so it's not really great for him to forge, but for only 2 nature gems, if you have a hammer, it gives inspiration to whoever's holding it, which improves the morale. This we need a ton of, right here, the Cornucopia. It gives 2 free nature gems and a supply bonus. So it acts as a troop feeder and a really awesome boost for our shaman. We need to get one up to Illa, actually, as soon as possible. In fact, Ursula, give your hammer to Chameleon. Oh, shit. But he needs the... Well, actually, no, they're both one-handed. Yeah, okay, so he can use the Thistle Mace and the hammer. So he could forge the Cornucopia, and it'll only cost 12 gems with the hammer. Perfect. We're running low, though. All right, perfect. So, Ursula, what are you going to do? Not much you can do. I guess if you summon some buffaloes, you'd get a ton of them, so that would be useful, but we're running low on nature gems. And I gave your hammer away. Is there anything really good you could forge that... Well, you need to forge earth boots. Well, alright. We don't have a ton of earth gems, but that's why we're doing this, so that we could start searching for earth gems. So we'll forge the earth boots even without the hammer. Meanwhile... Lorenzo, you are going to forge... Right now... Let's forge this, and we can give it to... Casual Dread to improve the length at which he can cast his sight-searching spells. Knights is going to continue to forge feathers. And we'll try. I was told in the comments that this is not broken, and I'm just doing it wrong. So we'll give it another try. Monthly forging feather. I was told you need to have enough gems to forge it like twice, which is stupid, but hey, whatever. We have 30. That's plenty of gems. If next turn he goes back to defend, I'm just giving up. Alright, so we have the lab and temple here. So Valmar, take a... Ooh, no, don't take the bow. No, definitely don't do that. Take the feather and research. And Sid Deckard, you're also going to research. And we're good. Alright, excellent. So we need 3 more archers. And then we could do a whole bunch of stuff here. So let's look and see if any of our Ishibs are... Oh, we're just in the process of recruiting them. No, we have them. Okay. So, unfortunately not. So, we're just a researcher for right now. Maybe a Frozen Heart caster in the future. And this is going to be Eris, the Devious. Ooh, I like that. There's some good characterization there. So, Eris is an Ishib who likes things a bit devious. Oh, come Marcus! There Eris the Devious. Right now you're going to be Eris the researching. And where else did we... I thought we hired one in Sinextro. No, oh, that's right. We hired the Naditu Ninsar, who's going to be Mariam. Okay, Mariam may someday be involved in a battle as a communion, but otherwise we'll be etherealizing troops, or right now just researching. So, I guess I only did one Ishib, or did I do an Ishib here? No? I could have sworn I got 2 Ishibs, but I must have been just going crazy. Alright, no worries. We'll recruit another one here, and one here. And he needs 3 archers. This is really far away from the front lines. So massing troops here for right now is probably not the best use of our money. It would make more sense to mass them in Mirius. Swaneth. This generally means that you are leading troops. These 2 little swords. But he's definitely not leading troops. But then over here it says he's leading 34 units. 34 of 20. In no squads. Well, that's obviously some kind of bug. But I'm not too worried about it. I'm not going to be having him in battle anyway. So that's fine. Alright, Calrander. You've done your work, my friend. So you can head on to Uruk. Actually, can you make it all the way to Polgrave? You can. Perfect. Then you'll meet up with this army here. So, Carrick of Uruk. Here is your bow. Alright, so Carrick, Lord Death, Nathan, and Nergal. You all are heading toward Polgrave. But actually, we can give you some more. Actually, we can't. You're full. Which is fine. This is a good enough group. We don't need to give more troops. So you guys are just going to head on to Polgrave. And so you'll meet up with... so Carrick, you're going to... Barkskin yourself. Eagle Eyes. And then you're going to fire large enemy monsters. And we'll put you in the middle with everybody else. Well, you're already there. Alright, Lord Death is doing his thing. His troops are just his bodyguards. Actually, Carrick needs bodyguards, though. Doesn't she? Thought we already did that. Yeah, now we're starting to get into the micro phase. I might cut out some things here. I know there's some of you that probably want to watch everything. But at the same time, I don't want to spend half of every episode, you know, putting bodyguards on people. So I don't know. You can let me know in the comments what you think, but I think it'd be better to move the story faster. Alright, so Carrick now has her bodyguard. They're going to meet up with Calrander, who is going to mist form himself. And then... Now, he could Wind Guide, but he'd need a gem. He could Air Shield himself, too. Although mist form is pretty much an Air Shield. But, you know, it does take some time for the enemies to get close. So we'll Air Shield. And then we'll Lightning Bolt. Alright, so we've got Calrander. I mean, it's going to be great here. This whole army of Enkidu is going to have a human auxiliary. Calrander Ebai Feldnost is going to join up Praise Ursula and to help the Enkidu in their battle. I think he's going to be the only non-Enkidu in the army, but he's definitely going to be hugely valuable for all of our troops, and they're all going to meet up at the throne in Polgrave. Alright, Sleepy Wolds. Well, we need to capitalize on our victory. We can't just sit on our laurels. So, why did not we pick up the... Marcus. Alright, so let's head on up to Norval. And... Okay, they have way too many people here now. They could find Trip. So we're gonna get Trip out of here. We're gonna take Trip to Copper Canyons. And this is a huge army, 180. But they're fighting Yis and not me, so that's fun. Okay, Morgoth. Welcome home. We'll actually send you to Marius. All right, Gillion. Oh, right. You couldn't Auspex because you were too far away. All right, quick change of plans. Calrander, you're actually going to Auspex. And Gillion, you are going to go with the army. So we're going to have to take these guys away from you. But you know what? We'll give you some bodyguards. This is going to be a huge little square of bodyguards here in the middle. So now you are going to Mist Form, and you are going to Air Shield and Lightning Bolt. Alright. Alright, so welcome to the team, Gillion. Actually, I gave you one of those guys. There we go. So that actually tells us that, oh, we are recruiting bodyguards. Okay, fine. Fine. Alright. Crisis averted. We have a new shaman as well. Who's this going to be? Vexini. Alright, Vexini, let's have you. What do I want to do with you? Just in case Sinestro gets attacked, I could use a shaman. But it's probably not going to get attacked for a while. And in the meantime, what's the shaman going to do? They're terrible at researching. So how terrible are they exactly? So they have an inept researcher 4. So I guess technically they should have 10 research ability. But because they're inept, they only get 6. 6 is still not bad. Alright, Vexini, you're gonna go to the garrison of Sinestro and just keep us frosty down there. That's fine. Alright, Barad-dûr. Wow. Okay, we're gonna get to Dural Woods, I guess. Okay, cool. So even though it looks like there's a mountain range here, and it does prevent you from going to the south, you can skirt around the mountain range. I guess there's a pass right here. So you're going to kind of squeeze your way through this little mountain pass and go down, following the trees through Wick Forest. And that's how you're going to head home. Sounds like a good plan, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So the forces, the mighty forces under Kiero, Illa, and the Marquis de Sade are continuing their forward push. Right now they're resting in the forests of Sleepy Wolds, but within the month they'll be leaving the forest from the north, and they'll be heading into the plains of Norville. But they've got to obviously be cautious because there's a fortress in the Badlands to their west, and they're probably not going to be able to siege it, because even though they could easily, there's not going to be enough food for them. So another thing we need to start focusing on is getting food items. Are there any? Okay, Grothmog. For right now, we need to hire specs. I need as many nature gems as I can, so I can't waste time here. Everyone, except for him, he's cornucopying, but everybody else is haruspecsing. And we're gonna actually, that's what we'll do. We'll have Vexini haruspecs from down here, because Vexini can target provinces that they can't reach from Uruk. So Vexini will be our southern haruspexer. I don't know why Vipitri is fighting our dominion, but if we build a temple in Marius, we should be fine. Actually, well, I think we're recruiting an Ishib here. Yeah. I was gonna say we can move. Well, let's just do it. We'll move Sid down to Marius. Sid will build the temple and the lab, and we'll recruit another Erestinger later. 2 months until Bankish is built. Alright. Alright, the mighty empire of Ursula grows. Grows with strength and fury. I love that we're taking out Agartha, though, while they're focusing their attention on Yis. Alright, Haruspecs, nothing. Auspecs, nothing. Arcane Probing, nothing. So it's... What in the hell? Nothing. The Wellspring of Secrets, but that's not the Mage Tower or whatever. Alright, Impassable Mountains. Agartha's attacking us. This is just weak token province defense, so they are going to fall. But it gives us an idea of what they're bringing us in the south. So they now have some Defender of the Halls, which are really good troops. But again, their name kind of tells you they're better at defense than offense. They've bought some light infantry. A few Ogres. Ogres are about the same size as Enkidu. They're about the same number of hit points. I think they might be a little stronger, but otherwise they're weaker. And for some reason, they've got a Scorpion. Alright. We're attacking them in Norville. Yeah, I think we're going to do okay. And we did. Our N2 is doing great. Another 2 kills. And Marias now has a walled city. Alright. So there's Yis. So I think we're going to head on over to Impassable Mountains and get them back. There's Pythium. I think we're still at war, but they can't cross this river in any direction. They have to actually go up through Lombaria, so we're fine there. Token Province Defense. Alright, and these guys are at Ban Kish. And let's actually use them to good advantage here. So Berlandis, or Aga, you are going to construct a temple. And Berlandis, you are going to construct a lab. Perfect. Okay. Sid. Let me just make sure. Okay, I'm already recruiting here, so I don't need the money. So Sid, you are also going to construct a temple. And then pretty soon, what that means is we should be able to recruit 5 of our Ursuline Guard at once, instead of just 4. Alright, we have another Air Mage. Okay, that's going to be Bobo. Boson. Alright, Bobo. Since it's pretty clear that these guys have a short range with sight searching, we'll actually move you to Sinextro as well. So we'll have a southern army in place. Okay, so we didn't find what we were looking for here. We just found the Wellspring of Secrets. But they said it could be in an adjacent province, right? So I guess we'll try Zaburia. So Calrander, will you please Auspex Zaburia? Casual Dread. Let's probe it. And Patron. Zaburia. Where's Grothmog going? Oh, Grothmog is doing Zaburia. Okay, so Patron, do the Petra. Okay. Alright, Chameleonis, we need you to forge. You've got your cornucopia. I guess we need food items. So the Enormous Cauldron of Broth is expensive, but feeds 100 people. And it only requires a level 2 mage, or sorry, the level 2 research or whatever, but this is much cheaper, but feeds 15. So actually, or feeds 50. Actually, this is a better value, because for 2 gems you can feed 50, whereas with this, for 12 gems you can feed 100. So you're paying 6 times as much for only twice as much feeding. But the problem is, you have to carry multiple of these, but still, I'm not going to waste nature gems. I have so few of them. So, Ursula, I forget what I had you do. You must have forged something, right? I think we're going to give Casual Dread this, right? She forged the Earth Boots, that's right. Alright, Casual Dread, sorry, it made you lose your spell for some reason. Zaburia, fine. Alright, so Mardum, you're going to give up your feather. You're going to put on some boots. And you are now our official Earth caster. You're going to search for signs of Earth magic anywhere you can. No more. Alright, so what do we do with Ursula now? Let's get an Oogaloo. Lorenzo. Let's forge Robe of Shadows. Okay. This army's all set up here. Gillion has joined them. And we're going to head up. Can we go more than one? Nope. So we're just going to go to Ginith Mercs. Hopefully none of them will get diseased or anything. It's just kind of a misfortune to minion. Next turn, this will be all set up here. It's too bad you can't, like, build bridges. That would be awesome if you could build bridges between two provinces that you own. Although then the enemies could use them. But I guess that could be, you know, part of your tactical consideration. Alright. Well-organized defense, so we're going to head south to Winter Peaks. With Trip, Vexini, you are going to... Our respects. Okay. These are all named. Ishib. Right? Yeah, Mariam was one we got and named. We now have another 2 water Ishib, which is great. Illwinter is not one of ours. So you're going to be Yad Maphus. Okay. Illwinter kind of sounds like something one of our guys would be named. But okay, so what's cool about this guy, he's going to head on over to Uruk. He can forge water items and otherwise take advantage of our water gems. The first thing he's going to forge is a bracelet. I think we have to get some more construction magic first, but he'll forge a bracelet to give him water 3, and then from there I think he can forge a robe to give him water 4. And at that point, the sky is the limit, really. Although our best water spell is something called Kothkiads. They're like fighting nymphs, but they wear awesome armor, and they have awe, but he can't cast those. We need actually one of our NCs who has water, and like Kionashur with the right boosters could cast them. I think you need 3 nature and 1 water. Let's see. Naiad warriors. So you need 3 water and 1 nature. So if we would have to basically give a water bracelet to an NC and the water cloak, and then with his natural. Because I don't think it. Well, actually, if we ever did get an NC with 2 water and 1 nature, then all they need is the bracelet, which is possible. So, all right. So Yad Maphus is on the move. And we have another. How lucky did we get here? You are Imaru. All right. And Imaru, actually, you're going to stay here because this is where we want our water efforts to start. So actually, Ursula's busy summoning an Oogaloo because we don't have enough Earth Gems we just need more Earth Gems so we can get more Earth Dwarven Hammers and Earth Boots. So someone's going to have to give their hammer to Ursula next turn, and she's going to forge another hammer. Kionashur? Why did I decide to have you? No, I didn't want you to sit in them. Damn it. I do want you to actually come out and fight. But you just have to do some different things here. You have to... Oh, actually, with Barkskin, you were... Oh, Liquid Body. Okay, perfect. So, Liquid Body, Body Ethereal. Oh, that might miss you and target your troops. And then... anything else that will make you awesome? Not really. Personal luck, I don't want to waste your magic on that. I guess that's good enough for you. So then... at that point, you're going to hold 2 turns to restore your encumbrance, because this is going to hurt your encumbrance quite a bit. And then we'll have you attack. For right now, we'll set you at closest. So you and your bodyguard will go after them. And we'll shoot. Well, you'll catch up. You'll catch up with our army at some point. Morgoth is going to sit here. Oh, so is Lautaro still here too. Oh, I guess we can afford it. So Morgoth, why don't you take a break from scouting and build a fortified city here? And actually, we could start... No, we can't, because the unrest is so high. The temple will help with that, but essentially we need to move an army here. So, like, maybe purple it. Since we're not yet at war. Are you full? Yes. Alright, purple it will head south to patrol Marius. In his place, we will recruit an NC. And that's all we can afford right now. Lautaro? What do we want to do with you? We're very weak here. I don't want to build a fort like in any of these places because we have a fort in Isurian that draws from them. So I guess you can move to Isurian, which is going to take a while. And we'll figure out what to do with you. But I want to give these guys items. It's just we can't afford them because we don't have any nature. Fulgrim. Right. You are going to Voice of Apsu, Siberia. What is this? A huge ice drake and celestial hounds? That's no good. Well organized. Good thing Barter didn't get killed. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, that will be the end of this episode. We're almost at 40 minutes. I just can't get these things down to 30. The problem is, there's just so much to do. Our empire is getting larger now, and there's a lot to do. So, we can discuss this in the comments, but there might be some things I no longer show. I might do a lot of this moving items and people around off screen, and then quickly summarize it for you. That might be the way I want to go. Not entirely sure. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Marcus Aurelius. This is Dominions 5, Warriors of the Faith. I'd like to thank you very much for watching. You are all amazing and can do amazing things. So go out there and do amazing things, alright? Have a good one.